cultural Confederates. It's time once again to put another cultural offender in the cultural round file. This time, the one, the only, Lady Gaga. So she released a video, her newest music video, 2 or 3 days ago. Forget what it was. But it was within the past couple of days, she released a new video. And it's called The Dead Dance. The Dead Dance. Can you see where this is going? Now, there's a glowing profile of this over at Wikipedia I'd like to share with you. And I just did a video talking about what's happening with the Smithsonian. Wrote an article over at Substack, title of the article, Smithsonian's Woke, Why Politicians, Historians, and Lazy Artists Shouldn't Mix. So go check that out at Substack, or if you're on X, Culture Confederacy at Culture Confed 1 on X. Click on the link and I'll take you to the article over at Substack. Now, I had a chance to look at this monstrosity. Saw it last night. And folks, this thing is just weird. It's creepy. It's grotesque. It kind of reminds you of those movies from the 1930s, 40s, 50s. I'm lucky. I grew up in a Generation X, where we still had some of these old films around on the old 35 millimeter format. We had reel-to-reel. We had LPs. We had CDs. So we had all these different formats available to us. But everything today is just cranked out in a 30-second soundbite, 3-minute song anymore. And because of that, you get things like this, the Dead Dance. But in that article I wrote over at Substack, I said that a lot of the blame for these offenses to the culture, like this song by Lady Gaga, can be laid at the feet of people like Igor Stravinsky, premiers of The Rite of Spring, other works from that time period. But folks, this thing is just bad. It's awful. I mean, you got babies' heads on spikes or something, or these creepy looking dolls. Now, this was filmed in Mexico, Valley of the Dolls. I believe that's what it is, the Valley of the Dolls. So we'll go through this real quick. Pardon me, the Island of the Dolls. I'm thinking of the movie, The Valley of the Dolls. But that's really where this video belongs, is in the film, The Valley of the Dolls. So it says here, The Dead Dance is a song by American singer and songwriter Lady Gaga, a synth pop and disco track, also known as crap. It's also known as crap. And it was released as a single through Interscope Records on September 3rd, 2025. It was included on the digital reissue of her studio album, Mayhem. It says here 2025. Because she is so far gone with material here that she literally had to go to a graveyard to do a music video. She's got nothing left. Lady Gaga's got nothing left. Lady Gaga has gone gaga. Now, this is funny. The Dead Dance received positive reviews from journalists. Well, of course it did, because these people are part of the same crowd. These modernists, these ultra-leftists. I mean, it's not really about politics. I said before in that article, as I said in my last video, that it really is an artistic argument going back to the turn of the last century, late 19th, early 20th century. It's really an artistic argument between the traditionalist and the avant-garde. But this is crap, folks. This music is crap. Is it any wonder why the culture is suffering right now? Because you have pieces of garbage like this that are being cranked out. By the way, the person who produced this is Tim Burton, who did Beetlejuice, movies like that. I think he did Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, Beetlejuice was a great movie. It was an awesome movie. And they're comparing this to Michael Jackson's Thriller. Okay, way to put this. If you're going to compare it to Michael Jackson's Thriller, this is Michael Jackson's Thriller in black and white on a bad acid trip. That's what this is. So we'll look at the critical reception section of this. In all seriousness here, let me move my chair, adjust my chair here. And pardon the camera angle if the camera shakes a little bit. I'm doing this with a makeshift tripod on my downtime here at work on the overnight shift. Billboard's Gil Kaufman found the Dead Dance a banger. Well, of course, like these journalists, they wouldn't know good art if it struck them in the ass. While the outlet's Ralph Regis called it an infectious pop anthem. An infectious pop anthem. And there's nothing new here. That's the thing. There's nothing revolutionary. There's nothing new. Now, the whole purpose or the premise of this is to convey this idea of loss after a breakup. Well, why don't you film this in your bedroom somewhere? Tearing up some photos and having a glass of wine, if this is about a breakup. But no. We're so lacking in creativity. We literally have to go to a graveyard to do this. You went to the gutter, Lady Gaga. You went to the gutter. Daisy Carter of DIY opined the song is, quote, an all-out instant classic that calls back to the pulsing synth pop of Gaga's earliest days while also incorporating an irresistible disco bass line. Again, regurgitating the same crap we've heard for the past 20, 30 years. This is post-disco, pre-2005, leftover hip-hop. Tomei Mir, is that how you say it? And Emily Zemler of Rolling Stone called it a vibrant pop track, an infectious contribution to the Wednesday soundtrack. Also praising its rhythm. It's the same garbage you guys have been producing for God knows how long, as I just said. Joan Summers of Paper praised Gaga, Watt, and Circuit. Circuit was also involved with this, as was Tim Burton, as I mentioned, for the work on the production, stating, quote, its most memorable parts are the pounding synths that kick in during the second verse. No, it's the creepy dolls and the babies' heads on spikes. And you doing the death dance, looking like you're from one of those 1930s, 40s, or 1950s, B-rated horror films. Juliana Ukimorgre or something like that. I don't know. It's Ukiomorgre of Elle magazine. Juliana Ukimorgre, I think it is, highlighted the chorus as, quote, eerily haunting with Gaga singing about dancing beyond the grave. She should be dancing in the grave at this point. Javier Martinez of Lost 40 wrote that the track was perfectly uniting Burton's darkness with Gaga's dance floor appeal. Again, it's garbage, it's crap. Nothing new here. Well, Anna Roas of the magazine's U.S. edition stated that, quote, it continues the Gothic pop legacy. What exactly is the Gothic pop legacy? mean, I grew up when they had all these great rock ballads from the 80s. I remember when Michael Jackson's Thriller came out. That was a major, major hit. In fact, I can picture the album cover to this day. Iconic album cover. Michael Jackson on the cover. What else does it say here? Well, I mean, it's just this glowing praise of what they consider as high art. This is right up there with that scene from And Just Like That, where Aiden is in his truck in the fields of Virginia. Now, shout out again to Maureen McCallahan's channel with The Nerve, who talked about this. And not to get graphic here, so take your kids out of the room for this part of the video. But he's on the phone with Carrie Bradshaw. And he proceeds to lick his palms, stick it in his pants, and do his business. Get his rocks off. In the fields of Virginia. And this is what these critics praise as high art. Because, again, they wouldn't know good art if it struck in the behind. Do me a favor. Seriously. Listen to, I'll just give you an example here. Listen to the finale from Cherubini's Symphony. I believe it's in D major, G major. It's in some key I can't remember. I think it's a symphony in D major. Listen to that finale and then go back and watch this. And you tell me which of those two is the better one. Which one is the better piece of music? I can guarantee you it's going to be the Cherubini. I just picked up that CD. I've got a whole bunch of CDs coming to me. Now, I love everything from, the lesser-known composers. Now, as I've gotten older, I haven't been really listening to a lot of Beethoven. I love Beethoven Symphony No. 4. I think that's one of his greatest pieces of music. I also like Cal Tjader and people like Tom Scott. I'll go for a little bit of the Beatles. I love Jamiroquai from back in the day. Okay, that tells you where my tastes are at. But this is just, folks, don't waste your money on this. I'm sorry. And where exactly has Lady Gaga been? She's gone way off the deep end here. I mean, this is worse than disease. This is the disease. So they give a synopsis. I'll just end with this. The music video takes place in a graveyard and begins with Gaga perched on a wall surrounded by dozens of dolls which gradually come to life as she starts to dance. During the first chorus, masked dancers join her to perform a choreographed routine as night falls and more dolls awaken to the rhythm of the song. The visuals open in black and white but introduces color as it progresses. The choreography features abrupt, jerky movements that evoke a reanimated corpse. There you go. That's modern culture for you with these people. A reanimated corpse. No, she just couldn't sit down and write a really cool jazz riff, or maybe attempt to write an overture or a symphony or something like that, or maybe like a mini concerto. No, she couldn't do that. And she is well trained in music. Lady Gaga studied music theory. I mean, she's a talented performer. There's no question about that. Very talented. But this is what you're settling for? Doing the death dance? Filming a video on a graveyard scene over a breakup? This is the best you can do? So tell me what you think in the comments section below. Don't want to ramble on here in the video. But this is a tragedy. This is a pimple on the butt of society. That's what this is. So you can follow me on Instagram, #JasonComposes, because I write music in my spare time. Also follow me at X, Culture Confederacy, at Culture Confed1 on X. or go over to Substack and find that article again. Title of the article, Smithsonian's Woke, Why Politicians, Historians, and Lazy Artists Should Mix. Listen up, Lady Gaga. Go read my article. But I'll catch you next time. Keep up the culture. God bless, and y'all have a great Sunday morning. Take care.